Good afternoon, everybody. How's everyone today? Make sure everything's working fine. Good. Yes, we've surprised a few people, haven't we, Louise?
Have we?
We have, because we're an hour early because our clocks went back.
Oh, yes, I keep forgetting about that, yeah.
Yes.
I'll probably be a year, not even a year, what will it be, 6 months until the clock in my car is right again.
This is true.
So I just never look at it.
So can everybody hear me? And obviously, can you hear Louise as well?
Can you hear me?
We should have our microphones working. Everything should be hunky-dory. Good. Let's just move some things from by here a minute. The place smells a bit. Not that you're going to know the place smells a bit.
We didn't have to explain this, did we?
No, but no, just let everyone know that we...
Nobody would have known.
No one would know. I did the cuttlefish casting earlier today. That was the sort of berry bonus that we didn't have time to do on the reduce, reuse and recycle workshop last week. So I did that today. But that'll all be live now on Wednesday. It's live on At The Bench now, but without the cuttlefish casting film. But come Wednesday, it'll be up and live on At The Bench, so you can watch the whole workshop with obviously no interruptions and completely edited and so forth with the cuttlefish casting workshop. Yes.
Great. I was just going to say, and I'm still working on the little booklet.
We are, but by Wednesday that'll be ready, won't it?
Will it? This Wednesday?
Yeah.
Right, well, I better finish that tomorrow then. And I got a little bit of verbal diarrhea with it. It started off, it was just going to be a couple of pages, and what is it now, 12?
About 12 pages long.
Yeah, it's...
But that's the idea. The idea is obviously to give everybody who attended the workshop, and obviously At The Bench.
I think we'll share it
well,
a bit. I think we'll share the guide a little bit wider than that, because there's so many resources on there.
That's what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No, fine, you carry on.
Well, that was the idea, wasn't it? We were throwing resources at you left, right and centre, because At The Bench is essentially preserving materials, reducing waste. Everything that we're all really underlining now is what At The Bench has been all about for the last 15 years.
Yes.
So everything that's on At The Bench supports these ideas of not wasting metal. It's something you go on about all the time. It's ingrained in you because you've run your own business from day one. So you don't...
You don't have that experience. This is the thing.
It's how you've thrived here for like 38, 40 years because you haven't wasted a thing.
Because I'm tight. No, I'm not.
I'm
not.
Have to
I'm
be,
careful.
because it's all money, isn't it? And it's so and now it's more important than ever. But it's something that you've always done. So this is why this book is just getting longer and longer. It might even be a full book. I might publish before you at this rate.
At thebench.media. Oh, we've got to do that. But yes.
So it's going to be really good.
It is. And as you say, this is the thing. From when I first started in business back in 1989, because I didn't have any money at all. I was a student coming out of university, literally hardly any money at all. I borrowed £1,000. Everyone knows I borrowed my £1,000 to buy a polishing motor and a rolling mill. And what I was going to do, I was going to buy scrap because I knew several jewellers in Cardiff that would sell me scrap. And I was going to melt that down and use it back then without having to buy fresh material. So that has been engraved for me right from the very, very start, and that's what I did. I bought a rolling mill knowing that I could recycle metal, not knowing now, obviously, how much the gold price is and the silver price is nowadays. So as you say, it's been ingrained into me right from the start. That is what we should be doing. And it's more true today than what it ever has been.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
Did you want to touch about that, what you were working at this morning or
Oh,
not?
yeah, we can do, can't we? Because we were talking about...
And I'll write everything on the board so it makes sense.
Okay, right, so put the focus on the board then, please.
So focus on the board,
yes,
not on Louise.
Because we were talking about, we put a post out the other day about jewellery not being an investment with focus on the precious metal content. So we're not talking about emotional investment, we're not talking about sentimental investment, we're talking purely about jewellery as an investment in relation to metal prices. Mm-hmm. Because it isn't in relation to metal. So if you're saying buy my jewellery because it's an investment now because the price of precious metals is increasing, it's not something I would advise.
No.
So it's not really a way to sell, is it? Because we were talking about it this morning and we came up with a little example, didn't we? So if we think about the most simple example that we can give, which is, I think the item I found was a 3mm silver band, plain and simple, heavyweight. It was 3 grams-ish, thereabouts.
So let me write this on the board.
So write this on the board. We got 3 grams of silver.
It was a wedding band, for argument's sake,
Heavyweight, silver, 3mm, and it was 3 grams. So quite a...
So it was 3 grams.
I think it was described as super heavy. So I did a little bit of research.
Not quite super heavy, is it?
Well, this is how the big manufacturer, the big jewellery shop described it as. Super heavy, 3mm, 3 grams.
Yeah.
It was 3 grams in a size M, I think. So let's just work off of that.
Okay.
So they were selling that for £99.
3 grams. And that was being sold for...
So we're not going to compete with that, obviously, because we don't mass produce. So if we, but that's just out there. I'm just putting that out there as a little reference.
Yes.
So if we're going to manufacture that ourselves, we need 3 grams of silver from our precious metal suppliers.
Yes.
So what was that going to be? I think we worked that out to be £6, £5. Do you think that's fair?
It was £6. It was about £5.20.
Would you agree with that, Andrew?
I would, yes.
Let's call that £5.50 then, shall we?
Okay, so the wire was going to cost us £5.50.
Does that sound right to you?
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the D-shaped wire now for just over probably the 3 grams because we've got a 60mm, isn't it? So
and that was for 3 grams.
So that's going to be approximate.
Yes.
So we're going to mark that up, aren't we?
Yes.
So what should we say then? Are you going to mark that up? Let's say 3 times.
Okay, 3 times.
So we'll call that £15.
£16.50. Yeah. So
we're just working backwards now from the £99 that the retailer's selling it for.
Yes. So that's what the metal cost.
That's the metal cost. Now we've got to add on our labour.
Okay.
So I'd probably take about 30 minutes.
Okay.
To make that from, because it's all lovely. I've bought the wire. It's all nice, and I'm just gonna. So let's say.
Take £40 an hour. £20.
Let's say £20. So these are just. This is very, very rough, and we're just doing this now quickly. So obviously we're not saying what you should be charging for your labour. Let's say it's £20, because we've got loads of overheads here. If we run a shop, so we've got big overheads.
Yes.
So that's £20. So then we've got to add on hallmarking.
Okay.
So what do you want to add on for that, Anne?
£5.
Okay. And we've got to add on. I remember when we did our pricing your workshop, we added on a nominal amount for sundries. So your sanding drums, your consumables, your teas and coffees, your whatever, your stuff like that. So let's add on £5 for that.
And that includes your box?
Nope. I'm coming to the box.
I'll call them sundries.
And we've got
manufacturing sundries.
Okay.
It's not even going to cost £5. Manufacturing sundries, polish, bit of a mop. No.
Well, yeah, but you've got your other overheads as well and bits.
Okay.
So let's just say, okay, now box.
Okay.
I don't know. £3?
£3.
Okay, so where are we with that?
Are we adding up from here? Yeah.
Yeah.
16.50.
Shall I add it?
36.50. 41. 46. 49.50.
So £50.
Yeah.
That's to basically pay ourselves, mark up the metal very quickly, £50.
Yes. 20, 30, 33, 33, 33. Yeah, 49.50.
Right, hang on. So that's £50 now.
Yes.
So at £50. But I'm going to sell that in a gallery now, right? So my gallery, takes 40% off me.
Yep.
Which is fair, she's a lovely gallery, it's beautiful in there, she's got big overheads, that's quite reasonable, it's 40% for the gallery to take.
Yeah.
So, to account for that, really, what do we need to, we need to charge £90 now for this ring.
Yes.
Which gets me to the 99.
Yes. Okay.
So there's better ways of working this out. This is just very quick. I would advise you to watch I would advise you to watch the Pricing Your Workshop, Working Your Workshop, because I'm just kind of get to, do we all agree that it's £99?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you sell it via a gallery, who's going to take 50% off you?
40, 50%.
40%, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 grams of silver.
Okay.
So we've got to, even if we went in between £50 and £99, we could probably land at, I don't know, £75 on average selling price, should we say?
So a gallery would sell it at, say, 90
yeah.
for you to get your 49.
Yeah.
If we sold that in the shop, bearing in mind we had 3 times that, the labour was at that, yeah, we could sell that for £75.
Okay, so we've got 2 prices here. So we've got 75 and we've got 90. But whichever one you go with.
Okay, yeah.
Whichever one you go with.
75 or 90.
The scrap value of that ring is still 3 grams. And what's the scrap on silver today?
Well, no one's buying silver, but the maximum they'll give you so far is £1 a gram.
So it's worth £3 scrap.
Yes.
It's not worth £3 as a finished new product, because I'm selling it quite legitimately and quite rightly for £75, £90.
Yes.
But if I took that to be scrapped, if somebody took that back to me after, I don't know, it was the scrap value was worth £3.
Yes.
It does sound like a very good investment to you so far.
So far, it's a terrible investment.
Yeah. So £90, 3 grams.
Yes.
So for that £90 to absorb
yes.
the scrap value,
yes.
it's got to increase by how much? Let's. So we've got 3 grams and we've got £90.
Yes.
Somebody's probably quicker at maths than me.
You say 3,000%.
So 30. It's got to go up 30. So yeah. So almost. It's got to go up by almost 3,000%.
Yes.
To get your money back.
Yeah.
On the metal.
On the metal, which is only what you get.
How long is that going to take?
Exactly.
Even if you sold it for £60.
Yes.
It's got to go up by nearly 2,000%.
Yes.
For you to get your money back.
Yes.
It's not an investment.
It's not an investment.
Mic drop.
So hence the reason why jewellery is not an investment.
Mm. Nobody asked, but there we are.
Yeah.
I just think, somebody said something to me the other day that they were giving scrap value on the items that they sold years ago, like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and I thought, well, wow.
And they're breaking even now on the scrap that they're selling.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to be not possible.
I don't think, that made me a bit worried that perhaps people weren't pricing their work.
They're not paying themselves.
They're not paying them. Yeah, they're not paying themselves for the. This is the worry, and I'm worried that people are going to not pay themselves to be competitive. Mm. That's the worry, isn't it? That's the worry.
Yep. So that's basically what we did. Louise did a very quick calculation. That is the reason why, and that's why we back up exactly what we say. Don't try and tell people that jewellery is an investment, because as you can see, in that silver band, it's not. It's as simple as that. People may invest in your story, invest in you, but if people are trying to say, and I read something, and I'm not going to say who it is, but it's a well-known jewellery mentor, and I messaged this morning, I had information this morning, that it was said that jewellery at this time, because of the gold price, is an investment and it'll only keep going up. So basically,
it's come down a little bit today, actually. It
has come down. The gold price will and may still keep going up, but if you do try and sell that particular piece, you're never going to get your money back for years and years and years.
Put it in a high interest account is going to be
5%.
Yeah. I think,
invest in stocks and shares, which is what old Rachel Reeves is going to start telling us to do now in the budget.
Let's not get political.
And we will get more than 5%. Yes.
But yeah, the investment is, as we say, the way it makes you feel, the way you get out of it. But then, like, how else can we call out to people? Then we were talking about that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, it's, you know, we can all say, yes, it's handmade, yes, it's made with care, it's made with love, it's not mass produced, and those are all very valid points. But are they compelling enough reasons for people to open their purses?
They're not. It is not.
I think we need to do a podcast on this because we're digressing a little bit from the...
we are, yes.
Okay, so, yeah, let's have some questions, shall we?
And we actually went to the National Association of Jewelsmiths awards as well, didn't we, last Thursday night? We had a lovely time. That's about it. We didn't win an award. We didn't put ourselves, or no one put us up for an award, but we sponsored an award. And it was it was a lovely evening. We met Ian Sainsbury. We met Emma
White. I've been dying to meet Emma for absolutely ages. I've got one of her gorgeous pendants.
Yes.
And I loved her on all the glitters. And I finally met her.
You finally met her there as well.
Yeah, I was really starstruck.
Yeah. So let's have a question then, please, Lou.
Okay, I didn't have a question ready. Let's get a question ready.
Yes.
Clocks went back yesterday. Yes, they did. So it's all like, gets dark early now. Okay. Anybody got a question? Any questions? Anyone? Okay. Where did you all buy your jewellery bench from? I'm ready for that step. Thanks in advance. Oh, we had a little series, didn't we? It wasn't really a series, but like for a little while, people were sending us pictures of their benches, their homemade benches. But I can't remember when that was, and that was wonderful, though, wasn't it? It was so cool.
That was a while ago. We can,
join the community if you're on Facebook and ask on the community, because people are really, really inventive and build benches and adapt tables and whatnot, and come up with fabulous purpose-built benches, which is great.
So basically, in the description down below this particular video, you will find a link that will take you to Facebook, and that is our @thebench community. The benches that we've got here, this is a Durston bench. We've got another Durston bench, a smaller bench over there. We've got one of the Durston benches that goes up and down over there. My bench that I'm using downstairs is one that I made when I first started back in 1989 from 2 sheets of plywood that have been screwed together with a semicircle cut out. Of all the benches that I could have, I've still got my old bench. So it shows you don't need to have a professionally built or an expensive professional bench, because you can put your equipment and your tools and legs on a piece of plywood. And that's what I got downstairs. But join the community and ask the question there. They'd love to help.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think, somebody, David's already said what he did. Yeah, cool. I saw a jeweller's board in St Ives, Cambridgeshire, offering 40p per gram on scrap silver. But then people aren't buying. Well, I suppose some jewellers are buying. I would offer more than that, but that's not. I mean, they're offering what they're offering, and it's up to. They're being transparent about it. Yeah. So
who was that? Who's doing that? Who's giving 40p?
We don't know.
Oh,
somebody. Yeah, we shouldn't really single people out anyway, because it's up to them what they offer, and
absolutely,
if they're being transparent about it.
Then
it's
a shop or
it's
a shop.
Yeah, it's not for us to say. But yes. Okay. Amco says you need to use more metal in your pieces. Try making it 3 kilos. Well, that's the other thing. The more labour involved. So if you're going to start doing embellishments or like do things to the piece that involves your time but not necessarily the metal, the bigger that gap's going to get, isn't it?
It is.
That absorption gap of of labour is, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And the other thing we didn't mention on this plan was that we can come along and buy a hallmarked silver band at 3 grams, and it was how much? 22?
Shouldn't really disclose wholesale prices, should we? But yeah, it works out. But this is involving, I suppose, it would probably fall into the mid-rangey there, I would say. So even then, so we've comes down to the same thing, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Good. Okay. Donald says, my bench is homemade from purchased woodwork bench, and my clever husband put a pull-down Lemel drawer under for me during COVID. I'm Edwina. Oh, sorry, yeah. I've been calling you Donald for ages. You're Edwina. I'm so sorry. Cool. Emma, I made my own. Fabulous. Sorry to ask this question again. It's okay, but what was the brand and model of kiln you used in your lost wax video? I asked the question by email, but thought someone else might be interested.
I'll go and double check now. Because we're using it now.
It's Paragon, isn't it?
It's his Paragon, well done, Louise. Yes, it's a Paragon, yes. Because we're actually using it this precise moment. It's actually on at the moment, isn't it?
Clicking away in the background there,
it's clicking away. We're doing a bit of lost wax casting. Louise is made of wax and we're casting this pendant. We tried doing it by Delft clay, didn't quite work. So we're doing it by lost wax and we're casting that tonight.
The idea was, because I've got a customer who wanted, has got an idea basically of made a ring. Yeah, I don't want to say too much actually because I feel like I might spoil a surprise. But anyway, so I'm making this item which I was going to do a little mock-up in copper, but then I thought I may as well just have a little fiddle in wax. So I did, and I liked the way it was going. So I thought I cast it in Delft, and that's the great thing about wax is just you're not wasting any metal. It's not really costing you anything other than your time. It's a couple of pence for the wax. But I liked it, so I tried to Delft clay cast it, but
it didn't work.
It was just too scrolly, for want of a better word. So yes.
So that's what we're going to be doing tonight.
So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So exciting.
So it's Paragon.
Paragon, yes.
Paragon. Yeah, we got the Paragon. It's got the little window in the front. It's like a bead window, I think they call it, for when you actually perhaps anneal your beads when you do your lamp work. And it's got a Sentry timer and programmable timer. So we can program it, turn it on, and it'll go through all the cycles that we need to, and it's going to be ready in about 40 minutes time for us to centrifugally cast it. So we're looking forward to that, yes. But yeah, I did receive the email, we just haven't got around to answering it, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Someone said about melting the dust from the lemel. Missed that question out.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Ina. But back down, down, down. Whoop, whoop, Ina.
Can I melt the dust, lemel, or my filing, or only scrap?
Okay. Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry. So I would be, I wouldn't personally want to do it. You'd have to get a magnet and pass over the surface first of all to get any metal particles, steel particles that would perhaps come off a file or anything like that. And then in theory, yes, you could. In this country, we don't often do it because of the quality. There may be some solder in it and so forth that you're going to have to add some pure silver to it to raise the standard. So in this country, we don't often do it. We normally just save it and then we send it off to the refiners once we get enough. Yeah. So yes, we can do it. We choose not to. Sorry, Lou. Yes.
Good. Okay, good. Barbara says, at a vintage fair over the weekend, someone was selling old sterling pieces, stamped, very affordable. I seriously considered buying but was hesitant and walked away. What do you think? They were lidded containers. If you can be 100% sure that they are sterling, i.e. hallmarked, or... Are you in... I don't think you're in the UK, are you, Barbara? So
no.
I think things get a bit more difficult then if things aren't hallmarked. Because anybody can stamp 925. So if they're just stamped,
you need to be very careful.
There's a chance that you could melt everything together. And if there's one thing in there that's not 925 or, not 925, then it's going to contaminate the whole lot.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? I'd probably say no. If it was hallmark, then you've still got to check there's no solder in it. So you've got to check for solder seams.
But would it have been cheaper to buy that or buy...
In the US.
Or buy actual casting grain?
So you mean buy it and then top it up with casting grain?
Or no, just don't buy it, but buy casting grain instead of the items, unless you're going to buy and use the items.
Well, they were super cheap.
Cheaper than buying grain? That's what I reckon.
Oh, very affordable, sorry, not super cheap was my word.
If you're going to keep the items, yeah, I would have bought them, yeah. But if you're going to use them to melt down, you'd have to weigh up, how much is your casting grain a gram and how much are your items that you're buying perhaps to melt down.
They were,
yeah, exactly. Yes. You can never be sure, can you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Could you, if they were in lidded containers, could you have a route around? And because sometimes you can get an idea, some pieces you pick up and they stamp 925 and straight away, as soon as you pick them up, they're not silver because there's just, the heft is wrong.
Or they're too shiny with no signs of oxidization or anything.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So you can tell, or sometimes if you look at it under like magnification or loop it, you can just see plating coming off. I take my loop everywhere. It's always in my bag.
You do.
I was thinking of melting and or cutting it up.
Yeah.
I think if you could root through it and examine it and just buy the pieces that you're happy, if they're in batches and they won't let you look, then I'd probably say no.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. If they're at a scrap price, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and also someone saying, what's the price of grain? Is it cheaper? So yes, so buy in, because you've got a bag of grain there, don't you? I threw a bag of grain at you.
You threw a bag of grain at me, yeah.
Yeah, I have that. Sorry, you bad arm.
Sorry. It's okay.
So we've got like a bag of grain, and it is literal casting grain. Can't really see it. Let me just open this up. Perhaps there isn't 20 grams in here. This doesn't feel like 20 grams.
I was going to say, it's just a light for 20 grams.
It's a little light, isn't it? So yeah, we've got a bag of casting grain here. So this is ideal. You can add little embellishments upon pieces of silver with these little bits of casting grain. Yes, it is cheaper to buy casting grain than material that has already been manufactured, whether that be sheet wire, rod, round wire, square wire, rectangular wire, or whatever. If you're doing some casting, it makes sense to use casting grain or offcuts of silver than melting down ready-made pieces of wire. You know, I got some D-section wire here that's very nice. I bought that, so would I start to melt that down? No, I wouldn't, because I've paid a manufacturing charge for that piece of wire. So why would I melt this bit of wire that's cost me more per gram and put it in my casting when I could have bought it at, say, 3/4 of the cost, just buying casting grain? That's the idea. Yes, Lou, any more questions coming in there, please?
Let's see. Spoons and forks at scrap price. I'm always suspicious of items sold at fairs. Too many people with 925 stamps. Yeah.
Got to be careful.
You have really got to be careful. Because anybody can just stamp 925 on anything.
They can, yes. But we do have, obviously the UK hallmarking in this country is pretty good, isn't it? It's 7.78 grams, anything above there has to be legally hallmarked. Anything below that can be stamped. So I would be very wary about anything stamped 925. Definitely, I would make sure that it's hallmarked.
Yeah. An
actual physical hallmark in this country. And be careful to make sure that it is a hallmark and not a maker's bunch of marks with perhaps EPNS, electroplated nickel silver, or German silver, or anything like that.
That gets asked a lot in groups is, do you know who the maker EPNS is? And it's obviously well, it's not obvious, because if you don't know, you don't know, so it's not obvious, but it's electroplated nickel silver.
Yes.
So it's basically plated, isn't it? Okay. So it says, I bought 925 bowls at scrap cost and used it as sheets, saved a ton of money.
Excellent.
That's cool. Yeah, that's great.
Brilliant idea.
I think in the US, because there's no hallmarking law, if it isn't 925, I'm not saying, but you wouldn't necessarily know, or it wouldn't have such but then I still wouldn't stamp it 925 unless you know that it is, because it's a bit naughty, very naughty actually.
Yes.
Okay. My local bullion dealer only sells silver in round or square wire. What's the best way of converting this into usable sheet or bezel strips?
Okay, so rectangular and square wire you can roll down into bezel strips. You can roll down, say, a 2mm square. Just put that through the rolls to make it flat, and it will come down to, say, about 3mm by 1/4 millimeter. So that would be then your bezel strips. What I would do is, if you want to make sheet, is buy casting grain. So don't buy wire, don't buy, what else was it? Round wire or square wire if you're going to be melting it down, because you've paid the manufacturer to produce that section metal. So why pay for a manufacturer to make that section metal when you're going to melt it down? So I would buy casting grain. It's just little bits of silver or gold or whatever metal it is in small little bits that then you would put in your crucible to melt down into an ingot mold, and then you can roll it then through the rolling mill, and that would be the way that I would do it.
Good.
Absolutely, yes.
Good.
Good.
Okay, Susan says, how are you dealing with the lab-grown diamond market collapse? We don't keep a lot of stocks of, well, natural or lab-grown diamonds, do we?
No.
We have some. I think we have a little cupboard of laboratory-grown diamond jewellery. I don't have a stock of laboratory-grown diamonds, loose diamonds, and natural diamonds, natural earth mine diamonds. We have probably more in stock. And some loose melly, I would say, mainly for repairs. But we don't really keep a lot of stock of either in jewellery. And the main reason, obviously, with laboratory grown diamonds is because of the volatility of the market and the decrease in prices. So we tend to, we've had a little run at the moment, haven't we, of people coming in wanting diamond rings, but I just sit them down and talk about what they want, really. And some people come in with an idea in their head that they want a laboratory grown diamond, and that's a very easy conversation then, because they know what they want and you can help them. Some people are the opposite and they want something natural, and the ones who are not sure are usually the slightly more difficult, because you're basically pros and cons then, aren't you? And I'm a bit too honest sometimes.
Well, no, you're not. You have to be honest.
You have to be honest, yeah.
It gives you a good reputation.
Which is great, because that's why people come to me, because I don't really have either, so I get them what they want. Yeah.
And you have to be honest. I think you have to be honest when it comes to because
I talk myself out of sales though quite a lot.
You do quite a bit, yes.
But then I'd rather, I like sleeping at night.
You are honest. You don't try and bamboozle anybody. You're very upfront. You're very honest. This is the thing, isn't it? You explain about, as you say, the volatility when it comes to lab diamonds and how they've come down in price. And obviously the resale price on a lab diamond is hardly anything. But then the resale price on a natural earth mine diamond is going to be a fraction of what you... Exactly, yeah. Do you buy a car and think that's an investment? No. Oh, come back down to investment again. No, let's not go back down that rabbit hole. But I was watching some person on Instagram saying, you buy I'm not quite sure what size stone it was. Say it's for argument's sake, a 2-carat stone, and you're going to buy that for say £20,000 or dollars, whatever it was. But you can buy a 2-carat lab grown for a quarter of that price, for £5,000. Okay, so should you happen and need to sell it, this is what she was saying, I can't remember which way around it was, would you rather lose £5,000 on your lab and have no value in that at all, or would you rather just lose £5,000 on a natural and still have something that is valuable? Or would you rather just not treat it as an investment at all? Exactly. They weren't treating it as an investment, but they were saying, should you happen to sell it? But I don't think that's right, because even if you sold a £20,000 diamond ring, the diamond is not going to be worth that should you go and sell it again. So yeah, you're going to lose an awful lot more on that diamond, say 10,000. My analogy was a bit wrong. So you'd buy it for 20, you'd sell it for 10, you've lost 10,000. Or would you rather buy a 5,000 lab at the same size? I'd rather not lose any money. And then lose only 5,000. That's what she was saying. Yeah, but then we don't buy things with the intention of selling them, because then that's an investment which we're not doing. So I know what you're saying, but then like an engagement ring, who gets engaged? I suppose people do upgrade their rings, don't they? Yes. So yeah. Anyway. This is where it's just easier to just give people the facts, and then it's up to them what they do. The hardest thing is when they say, "Well, what would you Well, this is where buy?" Well, I like both. And you're very good, because you tell people, "Well, I've got both." But what would you prefer? I've got both. It's an interesting. I always say, they say, what would you prefer? And I say, it depends who's buying. It depends who's paying for it. It is. But it is very interesting, because, again, we've had so many discussions over this, is that if you were just buying a diamond casually, for no reason at all, perhaps you would buy a lab diamond. But if you were buying a diamond for, say, an engagement ring or something that would be a milestone in your life, you said that you would want a mined diamond. So it
doesn't matter what I think and what I want. It depends on what, it's like you have to say what's important to you.
Yes.
What is important to you? And there was a guy recently who said, my fiance's been married before and I just want the ring to be, the diamond to be bigger than the one she had before. So we went for a lab and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was happy, and he was pleased with it. She was happy with it, and
it's fair enough. That's all you can ask for, isn't it?
That's what I mean. It's just and you need to have a good old chat with somebody and maybe sit down over a coffee and get to know them a little bit, and then they give you little snippets of their motivation and
a bit of a pathway to the end result of what they want. Yeah,
yeah,
no, I like
definitely.
That. That's good.
Yeah, you just need to get to know a little bit and then give people all the facts, and then
and be honest. Sorry, we've completely gone off the point again.
Okay, so we're not really dealing with it.
No,
we don't really have to deal with it, do we?
No.
So
this is the reason why we don't hold stocks, you said, of lab diamonds, because
in short, we don't hold big stocks of anything.
No, we will basically make to order. We've got a good relationships with stone dealers. We can ring them up, we can say what we want, they'll arrive in the post. We can then show the customer, so the customer will have, in theory, a better selection of the stone that they're after, because then these come directly from the stone merchants, and we can go this is lab, this is natural, blah blah blah. You can see the colours, you can see the clarities. Which one speaks to you at the end of the day? So that's what we do. Yes, make to order.
Yeah, it's fun. Yes. Good. Okay. How far did we get?
I think we're pretty much up to date, aren't we? What's the best way to change numbers?
80 carat lab grown resale value here. Oh, that's a lot, isn't it, really? $50 a carat resale value. Because we do pre-owned as well. So I think I bought one or two laboratory grown diamonds in jewellery. Yeah. And I did pay something for the diamond, because if you're going to resell it,
you're going to make it better. You're
going to so it seems fair.
Yes.
What is the best way to put chains in the tumbler?
I would get something like a coat hanger, a metal coat hanger, or a nice thick piece of copper wire, and make it almost like a little jig. So the simplest would be to get a piece of wire, make a loop on the end, and then pass your chain through that loop, however big this loop is, and pass your chain through. That way the chain is not going to get tumbled around itself, it's not going to knot. So something very simple, and it can be, say you've got fold your chain in half, and that is 8 inch, if that's 16 inch. Make your little jig, I don't know, 6 inches, something like that, so the chain is slightly loose as opposed to being taut. Piece of wire, circle, put your chain through. And something like that is ideal what you're after, a little jig. Some people will get a piece of plastic, and the piece of plastic, and they will get a hole punch, and they'll punch some holes in the end like that. And then they would thread the chains through a piece of plastic. I don't tend to use this because the plastic can shield the chain if it's spinning round, whereas this little wire is very thin and the chain will get bombarded with the shot better than on a piece of plastic like that. So that's the way I do it. Or you can come along and cut little daylights in that bit of plastic like that. So you get the general gist, the idea. But a little jig to hold it straight in a line saves getting it tumbled and tangled. Yes.
Good. Rennie says, are you seeing a trend on any particular gemstones right now? No, not really. I don't think we tend to just, because we make a lot to order. It depends on what the client wants the item for. If it's an engagement, somebody came in recently and wanted a tanzanite. And we
my phone's going, sorry.
Basically said, are you sure? Because Is it something you're planning on wearing every day? Yes. All of the time? Yes. It's not really terribly doable, is
exactly.
it?
So you have to ask questions again.
I would say probably diamonds, rubies, sapphires, the more durable stones are the ones we sell most of because they're the ones we recommend for regular wear.
Absolutely. Somebody asked about an opal the other day for an engagement ring, an opal to be worn all the time. No, you can wear it. Yeah, we have it. It's a beautiful stone. Just be aware of it.
I know, we're real killjoys sometimes, aren't we? Because we always say
keeps
that's not going to be advisable. That's not going to be advisable for something that you're going to wear regularly. So, it gets... So
that's my phone going off. I don't know what it is. Sorry.
It's probably the person calling back from earlier.
Oh, should have answered.
Well, no, because we're doing this. Do you want me to go and...
No, it's all right. No, it's fine. It's on voicemail.
Okay.
It's all right. Good.
Good. Australian opals are hot. Yeah, but not for an engagement ring. No. Definitely not. Not at all. Sam says, I've been having trouble using bezel strip to set cabochons. I can get a secure fit on the stone, but the top edge always seems uneven. Any tip to get a more even edge?
So before the... I'll turn your microphone up. So before the stone goes into place, what you need to do is to make sure that the top of your bezel is nice and flat. Somebody mentioned about, Ina said, what thickness wire? It doesn't matter as long as it stays rigid. It could be 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters, as long as this wire is thick and doesn't bend. That would be what I would use. So you need to make sure that your top of your bezel here is lovely and straight before you set the stone. So looking at the side, you've got to make sure that it is lovely and straight. If this top edge isn't straight at all, you're never going to have a nice straight edge when you put the edge over onto the stone. It's always nice as well to make sure that your cabochons are nice and even as well. What you don't want to do is have a cabochon with a high end like this and it comes down low like that there, because again, your bezel that's going to go on the side is going to be nicely fitting at this side, but when it comes across to the other side here, you've got quite a bit of space to push over. So preparation is everything, always making sure that your cabochons, when you look from the side and look from all around it, that the profile is the same all the way around. Then you can be sure that your bezel is going to be even. If your cabochon is not even, don't expect your bezel to be even, because this may be great at this end, but this end you've got to push this over quite a bit. So your bezel may end up sort of higher at one end and shallower at the other end as well. So make sure it's always straight. Make sure your cabochons are perfect. If there's any that you're using and you can select the cabochons, always inspect them beforehand, and that would be the best way then to ensure your top edge is going to be level. And obviously when you come to burnish the top edge, just take so much care. Run the burnisher along it. If you want to put the burnisher on at a slight angle down here to push this top edge onto the stone, again, take a lot of care. What you don't want to do is damage that top edge with your burnisher. So if you have this here, you don't necessarily want to push too hard on this edge because you may damage this edge. I'd be inclined to have the burnisher so you're coming down in this direction, rubbing on the edge, perhaps a little bit steeper than that actually. So your burnisher is in contact with the metal more so than if you just went straight on the edge. But pushing it on the side over is going to be a lot better than just sticking it on the edge and damaging that top edge. And as soon as you damage that top edge, you're going to then have to try and run a graver around that top edge to remove all the high spots, leaving the low spots of where you've got on there. So it's going to be a lot harder. Louise is on the phone, I'm afraid, at the moment, so I will carry on and having a look down here. Bought white opal in the rough. David, you could purchase silver ingots and roll it. Yes, you could. You can roll it out with shears. But now, what you've got to be careful with is not a lot of people know this, but when you buy ingots, you don't usually pay tax on it because it is classed as an investment. Okay, it's investment bullion, but a lot of people will buy these sheets and then there's no tax to pay. You pay the price of the gold, but there's no tax to pay. They then will roll it out, and as soon as you roll it out, then the person then who buys the jewellery has to pay tax on that you have not to have to pay tax on. So it is actually illegal to use ingots in your jewellery because the ingots are tax-free, but your jewellery is not usually tax-free if you're VAT registered and so forth. So using an ingot is illegal in jewellery, and that's how it goes. You can melt it down. There's loads of people melting ingots down, but it is illegal to do so as far as I'm aware of. But double check that. White opals have dropped in demand. However, it is widely coloured, a great thing. Yes, great. Brilliant. Avoid, my eye's not very good. The sun. Avoid the sun. Oh, avoid the sun. Was there another road?
No.
All right, excellent. I was just explaining that, and I explained about someone says you can buy bullion and use, but I read somewhere you cannot. It's illegal to buy bullion, ingots, and use that in jewellery because when you buy the bullion, there's no tax involved because it's in class as investment, isn't it?
Yeah.
But as soon as you then use it in jewellery, there's tax involved in it. So you haven't paid tax, but you're getting tax back on it. So I think that's illegal. That's what I think it is anyway.
Oh, okay.
Good. Yes, Louise, so let's have another question.
I think that's it.
Turn your mic on?
Yeah.
Back on?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Does the same apply to coins? Yes, it does, because again, there's no VAT on coins.
There's no VAT. There's no capital gains tax, but there's no VAT either, is there?
No.
Okay.
There's no VAT on them, as far as I'm aware of. I could be wrong, and I have been known to be wrong. I was
very,
wrong.
very rarely.
No, I was wrong on the weekend. You were right.
When?
Someone came into the shop on Saturday. No, I tell a lie. You were wrong because he was there and he could prove that you were wrong and I was right.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter.
When was I wrong?
When were you wrong? We were looking and you said, I haven't seen a picture. It's there. No, it's not.
That's such a minor thing.
I got to take these wins whenever I can get them.
Picture on the front page of the website.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, and you said that it's there, and I said, well, I haven't seen it. I didn't say it wasn't there. So technically, I wasn't wrong. I just said I haven't seen it.
Oh,
there we are.
Bless.
So we're both right. Okay. Looking to buy a new rolling mill in the coming months, do you recommend the DRM series from Durston?
I do. It's got to be something with a gearbox, without doubt, because it is so much hard work if you have a direct drive rolling mill. So yes, a gearbox I would definitely recommend. The DRM's brilliant, the Agiles are brilliant. If you buy an Agile, a Durston Agile, they are slightly cheaper, and that is because you've got the D sections and also the wire and the flat on one roll. If you can afford a little bit more, get the DRM with the extension rollers on the outside, because if you have the ones with extension rollers on the outside, you'll have more of a flat section on the rolls for sheet. As soon as you add anything else onto those rolls, like the D sections, you're reducing the width that you can do on sheet. So definitely a DRM with extension rollers, brilliant. You will not go wrong with any of them. DRM 130, C130, a combination C130, brilliant. You will not go wrong with it. Yes, Louise.
Good.
Oh, don't forget, obviously, sorry, Louise, Black Friday is coming up as well. So I know that Durston will be doing some amazing deals in their Black Friday. So hang fire for a few weeks and they'll be having some amazing deals. And fingers crossed we'll be having some amazing deals as well through Durston. Fingers crossed.
Okay. Ian says, sorry, can you explain the direction of the burnisher again?
Okay, so what you don't want to do is push on the outside edge of a bezel, because as soon as you push on that outside edge, the pressure is on the edge and the metal is likely to bend in that one point you're pushing there. But if you have a burnisher and you burnish along the outside edge in a longer contact point, so this is your burnisher, if that burnisher is in a longer contact point, you're pushing from down here and up to here, this way, yep. So you're pushing like this way, it's better than pushing directly on the edge. You're going to get wrinkles on the edge, but push it on the side over, and you're not going to get as many wrinkles as if you push it down on the top. Yes.
Okay, good. Claire says, I saw a tip for checking for fire scale before polishing by using tracing paper laid over the silver. Have you tried this? Not that you ever get fire scale, of course.
We do. So yeah, all you got to do is put a piece of white paper on the desk and put your piece of silver on top.
Before polishing?
Even after
polishing. Does that work?
Even
but Claire's asking before polishing.
You won't necessarily see it as...
You could try...
as bright, so to speak, because of the sanding.
Because it's evil and it just shows up after polishing.
It is. That's the way fire scale works.
It's
yes.
the work of the devil. But yeah, if you put it on white paper, because it's usually by the time I've got my assay note out and I'm writing that out and I put the jewel, I don't know, and then I put my task light over the top, my Durston task light, and I've got it on daylight. And if you've got your daylight or daylight lamp and the piece is on white paper, it will show up like nobody's business.
Yes.
So I'm going to try that on unpolished then, because I would imagine it would show up a bit.
May work a little bit, yes. But what you're looking at obviously is the surface of the silver reflecting the white of what it's on, and anything that is not that colour and slightly off-white will show up.
So it's the polishing that really highlights it. Clear. Yeah. Joanne said fire scale makes me cry. Me too. But I'm going to tell you a tip.
What's your tip, Lauren?
Right, and it's in my book that I've done, my little booklet for cost effectiveness at the bench.
Yes.
It's going to sound revolutionary now, right? But fire scoff. I know everybody knows about fire scoff. It's like an anti-fire scale or fire stain solution which you spray onto your piece.
Yes.
And we sell it on the store.
We do.
And Andrew doesn't let me have it because he says it's expensive, right? It's £25. But how many goes are you going to get out of that little bottle?
It's true.
And how many goes?
Oh, loads.
Loads. How many? Like 10?
At least, more than 10.
Okay, well, let's say 15 then, right? So it's £1.50 a spray, let's say. Is that right?
Yeah.
Does that work out?
Shall I write this on the board again?
And I'm just
Okay,
yeah. No, you could do actually. So let's say you get 15 goes.
Oh, no, you get more than that. You get.
Okay, let's say you get 25 goes. It's £1 a spray then, right? £1 a spray.
Yes.
So I suppose you put like 3 sprays on. Like my big chunky ring I made the other day, and it was covered in fire scale.
Yes.
Fire stain, rather, I should say, shouldn't I? Because people will pull me up. 3 sprays, £3.
Yes.
When I took that ring out of the ultrasonic and I put it on my hallmarking note, ready to go, and I was like, oh. It was, and I had to take it back and I had to buff it.
Yes.
And I had to repolish it.
You did.
And that took me probably about 20 minutes. So the labour now.
£40 an hour.
Right, let's just say that's 20 minutes.
£10. Say £10 arguments.
Right, so, and then I could think I've got it all off and do that again actually, because I've been known to do that twice. So that's a good half hour.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Resolving that.
Yes.
When 3 little sprays costed me £3, £3.50, whatever.
Yeah.
Would.
Yeah, you'd save.
So that's really a money-saving tip, isn't it? Well, it is, isn't it?
It is. I'm just looking
when you look at it that way.
What Joanne just said. With you on that, Claire, £1 of spray is cheaper than a bottle of wine
to control myself. Well, you just have the wine as well, just to congratulate yourself, darling. I would. But more for prevention instead of crying. Yeah, and a cure. It's some people. I've seen some people make a similar kind of thing. I don't know how to do it. But Prips, is it?
Prips flux, yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of things out there,
that's my thing. I'm going to try now. I'm going to take myself up to the store with my little shopping basket, and I'm going to have me some fire scarf, because I've worked out it's just worth its weight in silver. More than. And
that's what you put in your little booklet, was it?
Yeah. So.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
You like it? Any more questions before we go?
No. I tend to dunk the whole piece in the borax dish before soldering. Is this wrong? Do you get a fire scale, David? Because if you don't, then that's going to be... The only thing is, if you're dipping the whole thing in borax, you're not necessarily going to be able to control where the solder goes. Would that affect or...
Yeah, I think that with the fire scoff, the advantage with fire scoff is that you warm up the piece slightly, nowhere near, just so it's warm. There's no fire scale or anything involved with that. And the idea is then you use the spray of the bottle to spray it onto the surface. And as soon as it hits the surface, the water evaporates and it will leave the coating over the metal, which protects it. And in theory, you don't have to reapply it, because when you sprayed it, it evaporates and it covers it. The problem is with things like Prips or what's the other word? Magic Boric and things like borax.
Does that work? Will that work?
Magic Boric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a great big. Oh, here it is. I wonder where it go.
Yeah. Oops. So Magic Boric. The problem is that when you put it onto the surface and you heat the surface, it evaporates, but it moves around, so it leaves patches of bare metal. So you've got to warm it up. You've got to put the stuff back on again, and it's a bit of a potch. So this is the reason why fire scarf is the best. Spray dispenser. It does not clog. I've used Prips, and Prips clogs my nozzle. So fire scarf is much better for that. So definitely, yes.
Good. How does fire scarf work? I don't know. Scoffs it off.
Scoffs it off. It is a liquid liquid flux, but it's formulated specifically for its purpose. It's not like putting borax into a spray dispenser. It's nothing like that at all. It works because the piece is slightly warm, you spray it, the fine mist touches the surface, the water evaporates, and it leaves a nice film over the surface straight away. And when you heat it up, that film then will just soften and protect the surface. It's brilliant on things like red gold. Absolutely brilliant. I would recommend it definitely on red gold, rose gold. Absolutely. You will not get that black copper on the surface.
Good. Star says, Fab, I've been using Magic Boric soldering dip. I seem to get a better result than when I used fire scarf.
Okay.
Cool. So I gave that to my partner. Good. Yeah, so whatever you do, if it's a little extra step, that might cost you a few extra pounds, but save you a lot in labour.
Yes.
You can get on with something else then, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. Someone just mentioned then about methylated spirits. So yes, in the past I've used a bit of boric acid, borax in meths, swirl it up, paint it on the surface, then you put the flame on it, the meths burns off, sets fire, evaporates, whatever you want to call it, and then it leaves the surface.
For me, psh, psh, psh,
I know,
and done
I know.
is
There's no
just
flame involved.
Great, no flame involved, a couple of sprays.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, bish bash bosh.
Yes.
Bob's your uncle.
Yes.
Good. Is it instead of borax?
You can do, yes.
We haven't got time now. I was going to say, can you demonstrate it just quickly?
It just prepares the surface to make the surface nice and clean. In theory, it is a flux. I would not rely on it as a flux. I would still use a flux the way you normally use it, and then still use the boracic, the fire scarf over that, definitely. Because you can be sure that your borax will go into the joint. If you use fire scarf, the fire scarf will not necessarily go into the joint, because as soon as it touches the surface, it'll evaporate. If you use watery flux, watery borax, it'll be short, capillary action will take it in between the joint, and then you can spray the fire scarf on top as well. Yes.
Good. Okay.
Shall we go?
Yeah, we've got a bit of casting to do, haven't we?
Oh, we got your casting, yes. That's going to be lush. Good.
Good. Meth is toxic, yeah, don't use meth.
Yeah.
It's a wonky flux. Cool.
Excellent. All right, and on that note, we will leave you to the rest of your week. We are off on a trip.
I'm so excited.
This coming weekend.
Yeah.
Should we say where we're going?
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm gonna try see if I can find because I know.
So, a while ago, we were notified that Helen Hilton. We met Helen and her husband when they were selling their business about 2 years ago now. And at the time, she promised that she would be doing lapidary lessons. They've moved since then, and now they have opened up their books and they are doing lapidary lessons. And what they are doing is cutting, shaping and polishing cabochons. So that is where Louise and I are going this coming weekend, aren't we?
We are going on a gemstone cutting course with Helen.
Exactly.
So
Very
if you
nice.
go to Helen_Hilton_gemcraft
on
Instagram,
okay,
then yeah, give her a follow.
yes,
Yeah, and that's where we're going to be learning some gemstone cutting on the weekend. I'm so excited because we don't do courses together, do we?
we don't do anything like that together. No.
Is
And
it going
I'm
to be
interested.
competitive?
No, I'm not going to be competitive.
Really?
No. How can cutting a cabochon be competitive? Who can cut the best cabochon? No. Who can pick the best rough? I don't know. It's not competitive. I'm just going to be happy just to cut a nice, simple cab, whether it be round or whether it be oval, to learn the techniques that then we can cut our own cabs. Because we got things like the dual tool.
We've got
it's
a lot
not
of
a specific, not a proper cutting, labbing, cabbing, whatever you want to call it.
We've got the saw, which is for.
But we can.
Which is
have
for
a go.
that. Yeah. So yes.
So that's what we're going to be doing next Saturday.
Yeah.
So we will tell you all about it next Monday, a week today.
We'll be back by then, yes.
And you'll see us on social media, and we're going to try and do some sort of live social with Helen as well whilst we're up there, aren't we?
Yeah, be good.
Brilliant. That's where we're going to be going next week, next Saturday. So look out on social media for that, isn't it?
Yeah, excellent.
Is that it then?
I think so.
Good. All right then. So everybody, thank you for all your questions today. Enjoy the rest of your week, and don't forget, keep an eye out on social media because you're going to be seeing us. Oh, goodness knows how it's going to end up. I don't know. Cutting our cabs on the weekend.
Good.
Should we go?
Yep,
Okay, everyone. Yep.
Going to do our casting.
We're going to do some casting now. We're going to do our lost wax casting, see what this pendant works out that Louise is making. So yes, so keep an eye on social media, and we're looking forward to it as well. Good. Louise, say goodbye. Make sure you bring your cabs in to show and tell.
Yeah.
Yes, and we'll see us on the socials as well. Good. Excellent. Enjoy the rest of your week. Louise, say goodbye.
Bye.
Everyone, enjoy the rest of the week. Thanks for joining us today.